Every year, 1.4 billion tourists cross international borders, and remarkably, nearly 80% of them go to the exact same 50 places. But look closer at the map. Beyond the viral TikTok spots and the carefully curated Instagram feed, there is a shadow world. Places where the maps go blank, where locals still look at foreigners with genuine curiosity, not exhaustion. Today, we are opening the Million Miles Diary to uncover 15 hidden places tourists still haven't found. But a warning, some of these locations require days of brutal trekking. Others hold dark secrets, and one of them might disappear completely before you ever get the chance to see it. We live in the era of overtourism. The democratization of air travel and the weaponization of social media have created a geographical paradox. The world has never felt smaller, yet the truly authentic experiences have never been harder to find. When we scour forums like Reddit's Travel or the deep threads of Quora, a common desperation emerges. Travelers aren't asking for cheaper flights anymore, they are begging for silence. Take Gásadalur. For centuries, this village at the edge of the world was entirely cut off. The postal worker literally had to hike over a mountain 3 times a week. Today, a single tunnel connects it to the world. It's the perfect microcosm of our journey today, places teetering on the fragile edge between undiscovered and compromised. Let's do a reality check. The internet lies to you. If you type authentic Vietnam into any search engine, you'll be told to go to Sapa. But what the blogs don't tell you is that Sapa has been heavily gentrified. Travelers report aggressive vendors, commercialized trekking, and a distinct loss of soul. The real secret? You drive 3 hours south to the Luong Nature Reserve. Here, the tourism infrastructure is 20 years behind Sapa. No massive hotels, no aggressive sales pitches, just the hypnotic rhythm of wooden water wheels, and homestays cost less than a cup of coffee in London. It's the same story in Thailand. Everyone goes to Phuket, Koh Samui, but deep in the Gulf of Thailand lies Koh Kood, Thailand's largest island, but remains one of its most peaceful and untouched. Strict local regulations have banned jets and high-rise resorts. It is exactly what Thailand looked like in the 1980s before the backpacker boom. This is the ultimate traveler's secret. Don't look for a time machine. Look for the next valley over. But hiding doesn't always mean being in the middle of nowhere. Sometimes history hides right in plain sight. Welcome to Matera, Italy. Today, it looks like a biblical film set, but what the casual day tripper doesn't realize is this city's dark hidden trauma. In the 1950s, this was known as the shame of Italy. People lived in these caves with their livestock ravaged by malaria. The entire population was forcibly evacuated. Now, the descendants have returned, turning these very caves into boutique hotels. To sleep here is to sleep inside a story of ultimate resurrection. If you want Europe without the European price tag, you have to look east. The Valbona Valley in the Albanian Alps is widely referred to by hardcore backpackers as Europe's last secret. The peaks rival Switzerland, but the culture is fierce, ancient, and bound by Besa, a traditional code of honor that guarantees absolute safety and hospitality to guests. And then there are places hidden by sheer physical exhaustion. You've heard of Machu Picchu, but what about its sister city, Choquequirao? It's larger, just as stunning, and receives fewer visitors in a year than Machu Picchu gets in a single day. Why? Because the only way in is a brutal 2-day hike plunging deep into the Apurimac Canyon. Only the worthy arrive. If there is one consistent complaint across every travel forum on the internet, it's the misery of the day trip. The mistake 95% of tourists make is leaving before sunset. When the tour buses depart, the hidden magic of these places unlock. The same rule applies to Ait Ben Haddou in Morocco. By day, it's a crowded prop for Game of Thrones fans, but book a cheap guest house inside the ancient walls, wait for the stars to come out, and you will have an entire 11th century fortress entirely to yourself. And sometimes the mistake is rushing the journey itself. Millions flock to Tokyo and Kyoto, complaining about the crowds, yet the island of Shikoku remains virtually untouched. Home to an 8-8 temple pilgrimage, it forces you to slow down. The beauty isn't in a specific building, it's in the quiet spaces between them. What separates a good destination from a life-changing one? The answer usually lies in its isolation. Raja Ampat in Indonesia is a logistical nightmare to reach. Multiple flights, long ferry ride, unpredictable weather, but it is the most biodiverse marine ecosystem on the planet. Here, travelers report crying behind their scuba mask. The human spirit craves places where nature still rules. Or take Svalbard, Norway, located deep in the Arctic Circle. It's a place where it is illegal to die and where you cannot leave the town limit without a rifle due to polar bears. What makes it special isn't just the northern light, it's the extreme human resilience. Everyone you meet in Svalbard has a crazy story about why they chose to live at the edge of the habitable world. In the San Blas Islands of Panama, the indigenous Guna people have complete autonomous control over their territory. There are no mega resorts because foreign ownership is banned. When you visit, you are living on their terms, eating what they catch. It's an emotional reset, a reminder that there are still societies functioning entirely outside the Western capitalist machine. But we have to talk about the future. The Million Miles Diary wouldn't be honest if we didn't address the elephant in the room. These hidden places are running out of time. In Australia's Koh Kood National Park, a place rich with 60,000 years of indigenous history, extreme climate shifts are threatening the wetland. And it isn't just climate. As algorithms get better, the window between hidden gem and tourist trap is shrinking from decades to mere months. The places we talked about today, in 5 years, some might require lottery systems just to enter. The golden age of off-the-grid travel is happening right now. Once the infrastructure catches up, the wildness disappears forever. Which brings us to our final stop, the Azores. 9 volcanic islands stranded in the middle of the Atlantic Ocean. It has been called the Hawaii of Europe, but that does it a disservice. It is beautifully, unapologetically itself. There is a structural flaw in how we travel today. We travel to prove we were there. We collect passport stamps like trophies and photos like receipts. But places like the Azores, like Choquequirao, like Socotra, they don't care about your Instagram. They demand your presence. They remind us that the world is still vast, still wild, and still capable of keeping a secret. The map isn't finished. You just have to know where to look. Keep exploring. We'll see you in the next diary entry.